And welcome back to Tomb Raider 2 with me, Matthew Gaddis, aka Puggy. So today we will start the final of the 3 sea levels, the deck. And this one has us, well, going onto the deck of this ship. And right off the bat we will have to deal with some very tough foes indeed. Because it is the return of the flamethrower guys here on the deck of the Maria Doria. So indeed I will shoot this guy here. And indeed this area here we can explore a bit thanks to the sheer amount of bad guys anyway. And it's worth your while doing so because there was one guy with a medipack. If you'll know from the end of the last level, the living quarters, you will know I was very short on medipacks. Thankfully the game does actually refill your health between levels at least. So that's good. And I think I'll just leave that one to just burn. Also, since I did the last level, I did actually input the all weapons cheat. So yeah, so that is why I'm a bit more confident here. Anyway, down there is a huge pool of water. And indeed, I'm going to swan dive with Lara, absolutely. And indeed, down here is there's a ledge we can come out on. And it is worth your while going around here because there is another key here. Oh yes, and this one is a well-hidden key if you're playing the remastered version. Oh yes, because we'll see why in a moment. So let's pull up here and move over to the aforementioned key there, a very rusty looking key. That will come in handy a bit later. For now, I'm going to jump back in the water and indeed go for a bit of a swim because we'll have to anyway. Also, there's more of these stupid barracudas. So down we go into the depths and out the other side, where of course we will find another part of the ship, still very rusted over, but still there. If we can get out of here. And apparently I'm going to have to use the flares here. Oh, that are aquatic torches. Depends what your preference is. Okay, I am not getting around very much here, which is not great to be honest. No, it is not. Oh well, could be worse, I suppose. I could be cursed. Well, anyway, back out here and ignore the things. I was downloading something at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to use the harpoon gun. Yeah, I'm going to have to. The amount of these guys swimming about is insane, I know. There we go. And then go for a bit of a swim again through the water. And I think I'll go to the right here, through this area. I don't know if this is the way I was going beforehand, but we'll see. Plenty of things there. There is something down there, or you might think there is, but no, there isn't. So let's continue on through this hole in the wall, up to this little hole here, and we'll come out here. Now, be careful. Save here first. There is another guy with a flamethrower further on. You may well hear him just carrying his flamethrower after this guy with the wrench. Seriously. He doesn't have anything, by the way, which I'm not even bothered about because I've somewhat alleviated my medipack problem, shall we say. So I'm going to save here and then deal with Mr. Pyrokinesis over there. Seriously, which is not easy. I can aim properly, that is. Not easy, but yeah. Pull up and Mr. Flamethrower should be around here, right? Oh, I've already killed him with the M16. Fair enough, fair enough. He does not have anything either. Well, anyway, where I want to go now is down here, because there's another trapdoor down here as well. And this is also where my recording started glitching for some insane reason, but bear with me here. Go to the other end, and indeed you will see yet another trapdoor. Now, we can't reach there yet, seemingly, and Lara cannot jump that high, so we're kind of screwed here at the moment. So instead, I want to go over to some nearby movable blocks, and you can tell that it started glitching here. Yeah, it's not great at all. There are the 3 boxes we want to move here. Now, here is quite a tough puzzle here, because we're kind of boxed in, to pardon the phrase, because one is off to one end, another is off to the other, if that makes any sense. Seriously. But we have to move them about, basically, which is not great. Seriously. So, I'm going to skip to where the footage isn't so annoying. As I was saying, we have to move those blocks off around the left-hand corner there. So, I am going to go with the M16, and okay, apparently I had to do all this again, did I? Well, so be it. Again, what's off with this is that the M16 is a good weapon, as I've mentioned. It is just the aiming is not right here, so that being said, we can't go down to that trap door then that's on the right. Even though I tried to, you can't do anything about that. Sorry, not sorry, but never mind. Does Mr. Flamethrower have anything? I don't think so. We're sprawled out is just annoying. So I'm going to go use the flares, absolutely. And that will be necessary. Again, there is a way to actually use the flares in the remastered version on it's only the PS4. I don't know about the PS5, but never mind that. So over here is still some glitches, but whatever. So I'll go around one side of the thing. Push the lower one, I think, at first. Even though the door is on... Door. No, we're not talking about female deers here, seriously. So push the top block furthest to the right. Then go back to the first lowest block and pull that out of the way. And then go around the other side. And what we want to do here is actually make the door visible to us so we can use the key we got in that pool earlier. Seriously. So push this one out of the way, absolutely. Then there's another block to contend with down there. So pull that one out of the way. And jump over. And let's go down here. You will see a packet of flares there. That is where the door is. Though it's the one block on top of the other, so we may well have to use our flares here, but let's see. We can at least pick up the flares at least, that's not a problem. There we go. Okay, no, the key is actually to the right of the door. That makes things a lot easier. So we'll use the stern key to, well, open the stern, and indeed go down there. Indeed, down there is seemingly some an empty room for now. I'll say that seriously. But we'll have to safety drop down here, because if I try doing it the other way, Lara will... Okay, maybe not. It is actually full of water. No, that's a bit later when we do drain the water. We can't go any further in here because it is full of water, but we will be able to drain the water. You will see, even though it's very dark in the remastered version, another switch on the wall when I decided to pause it there. But yeah, it's on the left-hand side wall as you are heading towards the current dead end, shall I say? Then, yeah, I'll have to go around again, won't I? Well, first I'll get some more air, absolutely. In fact, the remastered version does do us one big favour. It does point out where the switch is via that little hand symbol. That switch brings down that other thing there, that other trapdoor, so yay. So I'm facing the wrong way entirely. I do not want that. I want to pull up, of course. And go back the way I came, as insane as it sounds, but yes, I do. And then head all the way over the gap. Do I hear someone wandering about? Quite possibly. Another guy with a shotgun. Well, the automatics will take care of him. And then pull up. This guy actually does have shotgun shells. Although it matters now, seriously. But never mind, let's go down here. Grab the edge and carefully go down. And then, or maybe not so carefully, go to the other end and do some more jumping and whatnot. So that being said, go up the thing, and here we will have to move off to one side. Backflipping won't count because what happens is that Lara will just fall down again and probably take a lot more damage here. On the other side, I don't know because it's too dark in here. Seriously. Almost good enough for me to use another flare here, which is not great. If I can get Lara to the other end, I don't know, man. We turned off the thing, so that should count for something, right? In fact, yeah, there's another switch. That, I don't think you see it, but it drains the water in the stern, where we just were, and that is necessary because previously, if we tried to go any further in that thing, we would be up against a now movable block. It wasn't movable underwater, obviously, but yeah. So go past these dead guys and back through the stern. Absolutely. Further on through here is actually where the Seraph is. Yes, the very treasure Brother Chan was mentioning long ago before Marco killed him. So through here. And indeed, it's really dark. I really should be using a flare. Seriously, why am I not using my torches? There we go. So there is our movable block. So pull it out and then pull it off to the left there. And we can't really push it. Either that or pull it out twice. That also works. Maybe it gives us a bit more wiggle room as well. So yay. Go around the side and out the other end. And then we will through here and out the other end and over here. Dead end? No, not really. Not really. And indeed through this end and get to the other end and go for a bit of a swim. Oh, absolutely. Now here you will see a big area full of water, yes. And seemingly a raft and some divers. So we'll have to be careful of those guys. In fact, I'm just going to try and ignore them and head to this little dock on the left-hand side, I guess. If it's anything like a dock. And a shotgun will not work against... I was going to say, shotgun only works with up-close people, seriously. I know my Tomb Raider. He has got a load of Uzi ammo. Speaking of which, I'll use them on the divers over there. Seriously. Lara's aiming is not great. Anymore? I don't think so, but I could be completely wrong, but never mind. Now where I want to go is over to the top end of the thing. You'll note there is a hole in the roof. And indeed, we will have to go through said hole in the roof to get there. I don't think you'll be able to see any of the other divers in here, but yeah. Either that or swim to the other end, but I don't know. And it seems like I'm playing carefully here. Oh well, go around the corner and go for a swim, etc., etc. What other enemies are down here? I don't know, but I'll use the harpoon gun. fact, yeah, there is another diver. Well, I hope your paycheck is worth you dealing with a rather angry British woman with a harpoon gun, who is also a female Indiana Jones, although a bit more violent than Indiana Jones. Anyway, that being said, let's get to the other end then. And I don't think we can actually get out this side, so instead go down this way. And honestly, it's nice to see the coral reef. There's even a coral reef, to be honest. But yeah. Is there anything down here? Well, I don't know. This is quite a vast area, to be honest. You can use your flares down here if you're not sure, but doesn't look like there's anything here. Oh well. Unlucky, I guess. Seriously. But go for a swim anyway. Probably good for your health. Or something. I am gonna save here. Honestly, don't know what else to say here, seriously. Down to the bottom we go, and indeed, good thing we did. The stone dragon is here. The first of 3 secrets, of course. Then pull up and see if we can do anything about the other ones. Okay, and go for another swim. And I'll go through this area here to the other end. And indeed get some air. Not much I can do here. Seriously. No, this is kind of a dead end. Okay, I'll use the torches again. And, yeah, there does not seem to be any way we can get through here, seemingly. And no other enemies down here other than the divers, so... Yeah, I'm gonna have to go on the surface, aren't I? Oh, yes, I am. Which means going back to the dock, I guess. So what I want to do here is carefully navigate these walls. It's even tougher than in Atlas Mines, I'll say that. Seriously, because the watery area is a lot bigger. And we'd have to backtrack to that dock there if we're not careful. Is there anything over here? Doesn't look like it, and if we try and do a running jump here, then... Well, it's a very tough running jump, I'll say that. So, indeed, walk to the edge if we can. There we go. And big pool of water. Okay, no, I've given up on that idea. I'll jump over the pool here to the other side and then go through this passageway, which I think branches off in a couple of directions. Absolutely. I will use the flares here. And that will help light the way a bit. And another bad guy, yay. Automatics, I'll go with those things. And then, what does he have? Okay, shotgun shells, yada yada yada. I think that's going off towards the... well, I can't even see. Is there another guy here? Maybe I'll just pick up my flare if you don't mind. And go on, Lara. And yeah, this is gonna be a hard one, seriously. Especially this jump. I mean, diagonal jumps are not my forte in Tomb Raider. Absolutely not. So then jump and grab. Oh, that wasn't too bad. No, it wasn't. So, go around the corner. And, doesn't look like anything else is here. Oh well, dead end. I cannot see a thing, so use no flares. Yeah, I keep forgetting to use my flares. I don't know why, but it must be a habit of mine. You know me. So there is an opening up there that I believe goes back to the area with the ship's deck. So I'm not sure any further, but let's see anyway. Yep, still more climbing to do. But never mind, let's go on. And where's this? Okay, we're back on the ship, which I'm not sure if I want to be, but never mind. I think I went the wrong way here. Well, never mind. I'll save anyway, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.